Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, so happy to be here. We are underway from Dublin, folks, in the NFL International Series.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Howard.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. Trying to find Calvin Austin.
And now it's 2nd down.
You look at this defense for the Vikings.
They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Finding Miller once more, complete.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Scotty Miller.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line.
They're on the 16-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll send the tight end in motion left.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Now a 2nd and 10. Now McCarthy. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. You look at this Steeler defense.
They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it?
Here's McCarthy.
And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin.
A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Steelers are going on offense here, 1st and 10.
24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known the points won't come so easy again.
Rodgers on the return. A great return there of 22 yards.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's over the middle and caught by the rookie.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
The Steelers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
Back to throw. Howard. And this is incomplete.
Intended for Jalen Warren. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Howard. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll go with a keeper. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
The sneak successful from a yard out,
as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14. Vikings 3. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
And the Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Jones. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it second down and 12. The slot man in motion right. Operating from the gun. McCarthy being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are back within a score.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
At the 45.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Howard.
That's caught right side. It's Warren.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Looking to throw. Howard. Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown.
Calvin Austin.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers are able to extend their lead.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Vikings 10. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
McCarthy off the play fake.
His throw incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders in every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It's a pickup of 6.
First down.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now the toss to Jones, running right. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. To the air with McCarthy. And it's intercepted. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Steeler touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Vikings 10. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Throwing is McCarthy. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Back to throw. McCarthy. That is caught. Boy, shifts past him. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there as the 1st half is winding down.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And running with power here. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
A 54-yard attempt.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The Vikings set to receive the 2nd half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus is in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think at the halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley.
And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack. And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Two yards still to go. Third down now.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
They need 2. Here's third down.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Howard. And he finds Austin complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win when the defense is calling.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Howard. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they try to sweep to Jones.
They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
On the delay, Jones. Now he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down.
The safety position continues to evolve into a bigger role in run defense than in the past. They certainly love to have him drop down and get aggressive in bringing ball carriers down behind the line of scrimmage. Not many bigger stops than that one right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This is caught by Addison.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Going for it, here's McCarthy.
He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6.
Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. A good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Howard. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Howard.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Now a run and run to about the 26 here.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Got his man. It's Warren.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Howard from the gun on 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception. But playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
McCarthy operating from the gun. A quick throw there is incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's McCarthy.
Flushed out right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. Operating from the gun, McCarthy.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
And now they'll shift things around.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
"12 yards between them and the end zone. 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
In motion comes the tight end left.
McCarthy going to throw again.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1-to-5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1-to-5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And after the field goal last time, we see what they can get here. Well, at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw.
Howard. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Back to throw.
Howard. That is intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
This is 1st and 10.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here comes 2nd down.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
He'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready.
No, 1st and goal.
He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. The quick slant caught. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This is 3rd and goal. McCarthy going to sneak it.
And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late 4th quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds.
Will Reichard the kickoff for the Vikings.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That is incomplete.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. Incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for Minnesota, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now they'll face the prospect of a long, albeit happy flight across the Atlantic. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.